All right, so in the previous videos in this series, I've walked through generally how to take DICOM files from a CT scan or MRI and to run them through 3D imaging software like ITK Snap to create STL files. The STL files are then brought into Blender, and we did some things to scale the objects down, to recalculate where they are located in space, and then to take down the vertex count and remesh them. I'm going to, in upcoming videos, redo the process with a little more precision in mind and some end use cases that are a little more specific. And I'm going to also integrate using Python to do that so that we can at least partially automate the process. Before doing that, though, I want to just take a moment to assess things. I mean, at the end of the day, the most important thing is assessing how things look now, and what the expected outcome is, what is an acceptable outcome. So I've got two parts of the same general thing. I've got the skull, the back side of the skull that we're looking at. The mandible we can see is minimally processed as opposed to the upper part of the skull that has been processed more. And we can see that I've lost a fair amount of detail, which I discussed in the video when I did the remeshing. And I was working fairly quickly, so at the moment it's something I'm willing to accept, but let's assess this. If I tab into this, let's kind of take a look at the mesh and the details therein. And let's take a look at this. All right. We can see, of course, that I haven't done any smoothing or on here on the mandible. This has been smoothed out. A lot of the detail that we lost was when I remeshed. So that's something we can really play with. We're going to get very different results depending on that voxel size. And it's just, remember that, when you're remeshing, whether it is here under the data properties or whether it is as a modifier, the remesh modifier, that voxel size is one of the main things. Other things to be aware of as you're looking at things like this is when we go back to the object data properties, and instead of remeshing, let's go look at normals. There is the auto smooth option. And if I apply that, well, actually, let's do it without. And I'm going to go to the object and I'm going to shade it smooth. And now this is what we get. Well, that's a lot of detail that's been lost. I do have an auto smooth option, which can change that. And by sliding this, I can kind of make a determination as to what angles the smoothing, when it does and does not apply. I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to shade flat. The other thing to be aware of is that you can do this on a sort of case-by-case basis. So if I tab into this, and if I select specific faces that I want to smooth out, I can go ahead and I can apply that on kind of a case-by-case basis. And you'll see that I get some smoothing in certain areas, but not necessarily in some of the areas that I want to maintain some of the detail and the depth. So I think I'm going to stop there, and we will circle back around with another set of videos.